Katie Braden here with Kunal Kapoor, the CEO of Morningstar. And Kunal, you just kicked off this year's Morningstar Investment Conference. How does it feel?
It feels great because I can now sit back and be a fanboy.
And you had a lot of us that were sitting there as fangirls and fanboys. And I was watching Twitter during your presentation. And one of the things that you touched on is actually the amount of 18 to 24-year-olds that go to Morningstar's website. And Twitter was like, wow, I didn't realize it was that many people.
Well, it's the changing face of the investor. I mean, you've seen the stats around engagement. The pandemic, I think, has changed who engages. And I think it's great because the earlier people get engaged with their investments and start thinking about saving money, putting things aside, I think it's good.
Yeah, no,
so, it's very positive.
Very positive. And it also kind of bled right into a big theme that you touched on and that you mentioned the whole conference will be touching on is personalization. Yeah. And this topic keeps coming up, all the different areas of our lives that can be personalized. And you were like, let's get personalized portfolios.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're holding your phone. And if you can think about all the things your phone can do, like, why can't we deliver a personalized portfolio for each of us? Because, you know, we probably have 80% of things that are in common when it comes to building a portfolio. But then we probably start to veer. Yeah. And we have the tools and technology, and we can do it in a low-cost manner now. So let's do it.
Let's do it. And so you also had 3 key themes. So winning strategies.
Yes.
So what is that?
Well, that's all about investment returns. And let's face it, everyone always talks about the fact that there's going to be fewer options for people to choose from, and yet the number of options keeps exploding. And we think that if you're an advisor, for instance, you're going to have more than 1 million managed products to choose from in 5 years.
That's too
many.
And
so the notion really is, how do we start using quantitative tools and ratings to complement our qualitative analyst rating? And, we already cover about 140,000 strategies via our quant ratings. And so we want to scale that up even further so that advisors can move seamlessly between quant and qual ratings.
Yeah, because we all need something to pare down those options. I mean, over 1 million. Right. I saw that slide and I was just like, that's...
Well, think about the number of apps you have on your phone too, right? Like when you go and try to find something, you need something to sort through it. You need a recommendation engine. You need someone to tell you what's good or bad. You're looking at the ratings. So we want to do all that for investors.
Yeah. And then that second one gets back to the personalized portfolios.
Yes.
So how can advisors look to build those without adding too much work to their already busy lives?
Mostly it's about risk, and you're already having a conversation with your clients about risk. And to build a personalized portfolio, you start to veer into territory really around asking them very simple questions about whether the portfolio you're building actually matches the risk level that they're taking. And we've introduced the portfolio risk score, which is kind of like a product risk score. It's a number. And makes it very clear that, hey, Katie, if your personalized risk score is a 56 and the portfolio is at 80, something is off.
Yeah.
And we want to fix that for you.
Yeah. And then the last one kind of touches on ESG and sustainability and gets into investable world. And I know there's also a whole new thing in the exhibit hall we'll be looking at as well.
No, I think it's great. And, this is important because previously when SRI investing came about, socially responsible investing, it was all about exclusion. What are you going to leave out of a portfolio? And the new generation of ESG is awesome from my perspective because it's all about inclusion. Do you have a view of certain parts of the economy doing well because they are going to be carbon neutral? Do you have a view on owning certain companies because you think they're going to succeed in a world that's changing? And really bringing that lens to it and building a portfolio, or even simple things like maybe you want to own, and let's say Tesla's stock. Maybe your advisor feels like it's undervalued, and having the discussion of what's the trade-off of owning a company like that in a portfolio over and above just your personal preference. There's a ultimate impact that has to be measured, and we're going to get in the habit of doing that for investors.
Yeah. And like I said, this was just the opening keynote. So kicking off and giving a preview of what attendees are going to see over the next couple of days. So Kunal, what would you say to those people that aren't here attending live or maybe haven't registered to attend at all yet?
Well, you should. There's 2,500 people here. It's a terrific agenda. And, if nothing else, our goal is just to make you feel like you have the tools and you're prepared to be successful as the world around us keeps evolving. And I say that almost every year because the reality is things keep changing, but certainly the pace of change is as significant as it's probably been in a while.
Yeah, no, it's huge. So there is still time to register for a digital pass. You can still catch all the sessions. Even if you don't register till tomorrow or the next day, you can still go back and watch these incredible sessions, get all this research. And like I said, Twitter was blowing up with all kinds of information that you shared and just seeing the evolution that's happening.
It'll be the first time ever that I blew up Twitter, so you're probably exaggerating.
I would never exaggerate, Kunal. Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks.